Hello everyone. Thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel, Get Crafty with Sally. My name is Sally Poole. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Albany, Oregon. Welcome. I have a fun card project for today. I have really had a great time making these, and of course, those of you that know me know that I have to go through multiple DSP packs and try all different kinds of flavors for these cards. So let me show you what you're going to need to make this. This paper right here, this specific piece, is out of the Marbled Elegance pack, which is gorgeous. There is a suite for this. I believe that it's not available right now, but the paper is available. I'm not sure which part of the suite is missing. I did not look. I apologize for that. But the paper is available. So let me show you what you're going to need to make this. And it really is easy. I've made several of them, and it does not take very long to make one once you get the hang of it. So you can either grab a screenshot of this, the measurements, or as always, I will have a PDF with the measurements and supplies down below the video in the description box. So you can just click on that to open it and print it. It's also on my blog at Get Crafty with Sally. So let's get started on this card. I think what we'll do first, let me move some of this out of the way, and I'm going to get my paper trimmer in here. As always, I've got stuff all over the place. I guess I need to do one thing before I do my paper trimmer. I'm gonna grab my chair. So this piece of Designer Series paper is 4 3/4 by 10. We are going to make a 3/4 inch mark with a pencil on each left-hand side at the ends, and I'm going to do it on the back. That way you don't have to erase it. And if you are using a patterned paper, it comes out better. You might just have to play around with stuff a little bit. If you've got paper that goes in a certain direction, you're only going to be able to get one of the side that you're wanting to use out of it, because when you cut this, the other one's going to be upside down, the pattern. But you can use the back of it to make the same card if you want. So let's, I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to grab a pencil, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this in the camera. I'm going to just line this up on my grid paper, and I am going to make a pencil mark at the 3/4 inch. Flip this over and line it up again, and I do line it with that entire line. And I'm going to make another mark at the 3/4 inch mark. And I don't think that it's really critical that all of this is perfect. I think it's still going to come out okay. So what I'm going to do, and hopefully you'll be able to see this, I am going to line up this little pencil mark in the trimmer track, and then at the top, which you're probably not going to be able to see, I'm going to line up that pencil mark in the track. So let me see if I can do that without sticking my head under the camera. So I think that's pretty good. So we've got our two pieces. Even though they look the same, if you look at the back, you can see that the pattern of one of these goes up and one of these goes down. So like I said, if you had a pattern on the side that you're going to use, one of them is going to be off. So let's grab, we'll take this one, and I, for some reason, always like to smooth that little edge down. And we are going to score this piece at, wow, there's a lot of glare on my trimmer. We're going to score this at 2 inches. And I always have to remember not to press really hard because I like to do that. You will or could tear the designer series paper if you press too hard because it is a lot lighter than cardstock. So we've scored at 2, 3, 5. I'm going to open up this arm, move a bunch of stuff. So 2, 3, 5. I'm out of the camera. Six. 8. And 9. And this card design fold, I guess, is called a curtain fold or drapery fold, which makes perfect sense to me. Grab my chair again. So now we're going to take our piece that has all the score lines on it and we're going to fold it. So I'm going to fold, and remember I'm left-handed, so I do everything backwards for most people. I'm going to fold it over, line up that top edge, grab my bone folder, give it a good crease. So that, if those of you out there are new, that is called a valley fold because it goes down. Does that make sense? So that's a valley fold. The next one is going to be a mountain fold. Let's give that a crease. And so you can see valley, mountain, it goes up like a mountain. And then another valley, and I try to line this top edge up as I go along. I want to get it really straight, even though sometimes the score lines tend to not be in the right place, even though they look straight. So we'll fold our last little piece over here and give it a press. So that's what we end up with. And I am going to, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I like this little end piece to lay pretty flat. So I'm going to glue that down and the next little piece. So we'll give that a press. Sometimes after I score this and glue it, I have a tiny bit of paper hanging over, which isn't a big deal, but I am going to cut it off. And I do cut from the front, which is kind of weird. So I don't know if you can see what came off of that, but it's pretty tiny. So not critical. So now let's take this piece, turn it over, and you can either you need something pretty secure. If you've got like Seal Plus, or I've got tear and tape. I'm going to unroll a little bit of it, and we'll put it up here at the top. And it's pretty sticky. So you can just hold it down with your fingernail and rip it. Hence the name, tear and tape. I'm going to give that a good press. There's adhesive on the other side of this piece, and we're going to lift that up in a second. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my little, I've got a 4x4 piece of basic white, and I'm going to dry emboss it. I've already dry embossed one. And let me get a piece of scrap paper. So for this one, I used the Eyelet 3D embossing folder. I don't know if you can see that or not. And I am going to, just for a little added security, I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on the back, just at the top of this, because I don't want to take all of the fluff out of the drapery. So I'm going to take your pick. It's got an end that's very pointy and sharp. Pull this tape off. And I'm going to do it upside down because I can see the edge of this paper a lot better. I'm going to line up the little short end first. And remember, it has that tape on it, so it is going to stick when you set it down. So I'm trying to line this edge up, and then I'm going to give that a press. So we've got that attached to that piece. And then I think on every one of these cards that I did, I had a little extra sticking out on this edge. So I am going to cut this. And again, I am cutting from the front, which is weird. And you don't have to do this. I can feel the edge of that white piece underneath here. Most people do cut it from the back where they can see what they're doing. So now I am going to take my green glue, put some glue on the back of this, and I'm going to grab a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of basic white that's for the sentiment, and I already stamped the sentiment. I stamped Happy Valentine's Day, and it is from the Country Bouquet set. So a lot of you probably have that. I did put it in my Stamparatus because I made multiples. Okay, I'm going to stand up so I can get this straight. Let's find our top. And since this embossed piece is 4 by 4 and the piece that we're putting it on is 4 by 5 1/4, we should just be able to line that up pretty well. Okay, and then the next piece Can you see this little piece that I cut here? It's kind of a different shape. I cut that with this die. You can use any of these little edge dies that you want. This is an Edgelets Adorning Accents. Let me get this out of here and I'll show you how I did it, even though I've already cut one. So you've got your scrap of, this is the reverse side of the Designer Series paper. And I cut this at 7/8 of an inch. I will put this in my PDF. And I just took my die, put it down close to the edge of that. You want to line it up so these look kind of even and this is centered, and then you've got the same amount of space from the die to the top of the paper. Tape that down, run it through your die cutting machine, and you'll end up with something like this. You can make it thicker if you want. You could cut the paper at 1 inch to start with and do that if you want. And the way that I adhered this, you can, if you want to, also put glue. I'm going to put just a couple little dots behind here to hold this top part down. You don't have to. So we'll give that a second to set. I might not have put enough on there. And then I'm going to take one of my little dimensional packs, and you can see that it's a little bit wider than the white paper that we're putting it on. You can use the shorter edge if you want. I'm going to cut I want just a straight piece. So I'm going to cut this whole long edge off the dimensional pack. Take the backing off. And I'm going to try to center it on here, and I'm putting it at the top edge of this little piece that I've cut out. We'll take this other piece of backing off, and I'm going to turn it upside down again so I can see it here. Changed my mind. I have to stand up to do this. I am going to, let's see if you can see this on here. I'm going to line this up straight on my grid paper. And I am going to set this down. And hopefully, I'm going to try to line this up. Trying to look at those little circle-y things on the ends. I'm going to lay that down, and this way you can see the lines over here, so hopefully you can get this pretty much straight. So give that a press, and that little straight piece of dimensional is actually just about the same thickness as these folds, so that works really good. So now I'm going to take my little scissors again and cut that off, and we'll cut the other side. And now let's take our green glue again, and I am using glue for this entire project, which is strange of me because I usually use my tape runner. Now I'm going to take my 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. This is real red. And I'm going to try to line this up. Trying to get equal margins all around this centerpiece. And then we'll put glue on the piece of real red. And that's going to go on white. So I'm going to put that down. Here's my card base. So we'll lay that on the card base, try to get it centered really well. And then let's put our inside piece in. Those of you that watch know that I always forget to do this on my videos, but I always do put this in all of my cards. I just like the stability of it and how it makes your card sturdy. Okay, that's not going to work one-handed. So let's line this one up. Give that a press. Looks like I got some glue on there. I'll take it off with my eraser when it's dry. So the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to take some of these adhesive backed heart sequins. Hopefully some of you out there are grabbing these. I think they're great. I like that they're flat. I'm going to put one up here by the H, and I'm going to not lay it down straight. That is a medium-sized one. I'm going to take another medium-sized one and put it down here. And I'm going to tilt it just a little bit the other way. And then I'm going to take a small one and put it right here, if I can get it off my fingernail. And I want it a little bit straighter. So that's it. That is the card. I think it's pretty easy, actually, and I think it's just really a fun look. So there is my sample. There's the one that we just made. So I'll show you some of the other ones I made. I did not bring the papers all over here with me, but I will have those in my PDF. I like this one a lot. I think that's a really cute paper. This one I used let's see if I can find them. These are it says hearts, pearls. They're the little white pearls. I think they're really sweet on there. Here's another one. This is an older pack of paper. Let me see if I can grab it. That is from Sweet Talk. I believe that one is as well. I think that one's really cute too. These little hearts, the little red hearts, are from the Resin Hearts embellishments, and I'll bet a lot of you have those. I think they went with the Snailed It bundle. You remember that set with the cute little snail? And let's see. Here's another one from this same pack of paper. It's one of them that's a little bit pinker. And these are the first ones that I did, and got something stuck on one of them. I kind of wasn't thrilled with the colored cardstock on the fronts of these, but they're okay. The measurements for these are a little bit different, so I will have these in the PDFs as well. This little scalloped edge was done with the other die from this Adorning Accents set. Can't remember what paper that is. I will have it listed. I think these two are out of the same paper pack. This one is from the new, and I love the paper, it's called Floral Delight. So hopefully some of you are grabbing that pack. So I like the paper. Not so sure, again, that I like the green. So here's another one of that same paper that I did with the white. And you can see on these three that the card base is the colored cardstock. The rest of them I did white, and then the next layer was the color. So there's that one. Then I've got this one. Don't remember which pack this is from, and it's not within arm's reach. And then this one, I decided to try a little different size for the drapery. So I will also list this size. I think this piece of paper is out of that same pack. Sweet Talk. I think it's really cute paper. And then for the For You, that one is from Very Vintage, the stamp. But there is also a For You from in the Country Bouquet that might fit as well. And the little heart, the little pink heart cutout is from the Give It a Whirl dies. There's this cute little heart die in there. So let's see. On this one, I did use the brushed brass butterflies. I know a bunch of you have those because those are very popular. So I think, let me add one more thing. The embossing folders that I used were the Eyelet 3D, which I think is really cute. I used the Ornate Floral on a lot of them. Let's see. I don't know if you can see that or not. So it is that one. That is one of my favorite folders. And then I also used the cane weave on maybe just one of them, this one. And I think it looks good too. Believe it or not, in all my embossing folders, Stampin' Up or otherwise, I do not have one that has hearts on it. I was shocked that I didn't. So anyway, I don't remember if I mentioned that the Marbled Elegance Designer Series paper is an online exclusive. I probably did, but can't remember. So anyway, that is my project for today. I love it. I think it's really fun to play with. I hope you like it too and that you'll give it a try. Thanks for stopping by. If you're getting anything out of my videos, please hit the like button, share them with your friends and families, and if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do so, and I will see you next time. Bye!